What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Backcap episode 19 with highlights from teamfortress.tv. We've got an exciting new look to the show for you to enjoy. We're covering what happened from March 20th to the 25th. This week, we continue on with the final two games in ETF2L's playoffs. Highlights from North America's ESEA Week 8 matchup between Street Hoops Esports and Bird Noises to decide the 4th place playoff spot, and then a match from the first week of ozfortress Season 15. In the news, the Grime folds amid roster shuffles, and ozfortress announces the prize pool for their upcoming season, as well as their plans for I-58. Valve makes good on their promise to add a stream list to the main menu. The Gamers Assembly 2016 LAN in France is also currently in progress, so make sure that you come back next week to get all the details about how that tournament pans out. Over the weekend, teams finished battling it out for the ETF2L Season 23 title. After taking down DD plus 5 abs, 4th seed Public Lear looked to take on Perilous Gaming for a chance at the finals. Note that Larval Extract stepped in for Medico.
On the window as well. He's kind of alone though, so I don't think he will actually get any kills. But yeah, that was a really bad Uber. Lost 2 soldiers.
Thalash just walks onto grass and spots a wandering into Kaya. Gets him like through the little thing above the train. Gets a body shot onto Flip as well. 4th kill of his life. Sorry, Beta, I had to get in on that. That was a huge shot.
Already, he's not even going for cap points. He's just being so aggressive. And once again, now we see the counter Uber coming in. Can we see like a good force so far? But Larval Extra just behind lines, picking up a ton of people.
Oh
Let's see.
Putting in so much work. He picked up spot as that Uber got used, so it was essentially useless because they had no demo pick, and in fact they only have 2 people now. Their spawns are coming up soon, but it's not everyone, and all the public are just getting on the point, and they're going to cap it. That's going to be the first point in this, your semi-final game. It's going to public.
Nice job there. They just kind of have to keep pushing here, unfortunately. 3 against 6, which will probably be a bad idea no matter what. Sideshow is actually coming in from the flank here behind. Nobody spotted him. That's such a big flank. Gets 2 nice kills there. Doesn't quite get the 3rd one, but it doesn't matter. That's it. That's game. Big play from Sideshow, going to just seal it up there. Probably just playing it too slowly there, not respecting the...
Public Lear's Roamer Substitute had an incredible series, creating openings and using raw DM skill, which helped his team pick up the first round on Snakewater. Perilous were eventually able to secure a round of their own, and then went to take the lead 2-1 with 11 minutes left. By now, Perilous were just looking to run the clock down. With under a minute left, they were forced into a push that failed. A well-timed flank from Sideshow secured Perilous Snakewater as time expired.
The eye. Silentis, oh my god, getting knocked down really low, down to 20 HP from the sticks, and finished off by Smire in this second push. Let's see who probably
Atomic's on the Backcap here. Actually takes down Sideshow right away. And now he's fighting a scout, gets him as well. And now this demo, he gets the demo as well. That's absolutely crazy play by Atomic here. Gets 3 quick kills on mid, threatening the Backcap and then just pulling the rest of half of the team back and killing half of the team. Amazing play by Atomic.
They're not going to use on second. Someone might go for the force, but it's only Amps alive. He can't afford it. They're going to have another huge Uber advantage to push last over. This might just be 4-1 in his second, boys.
Yeah, and he's still on crit, so even if he gets some clutch Uber sauce, he won't be able to Uber. But we'll see. If they go bottom right with the Uber advantage, that's completely fine. Smear takes a ton of damage, so he's sort of out of the fight. If they can get the stickies off of the point, they can just cap this. But they've gotten so many kills. But here we see, like, yeah, this is looking really bad. I think they're just going to actually cap this. Smear actually gets 2 nice kills there. Gets 3. He gets 4! What a clutch defense by Smear. He survives on 3 HP as well.
Up on the sniper as the fight happens in this middle area here. He's come through the choke. Oh my god, gets this first pick onto Smire, the man who just went so ham. All the health of Public Lear not looking too strong right now as he gets another headshot and Larval Extract in the air. Oh my god, Am's taking his turn, gets in onto Thalash.
On process, Public Lear looked good by starting off with a strong mid-fight and picked up a round by backcapping Perilous. Perilous responded well, though. 3 rounds go in their favor with great plays from Thalash and Sideshow. With the score 3-1 against them, it looked hopeless for Public Lear. Off the back of Smear's 4K clutch last defense, they managed to score 1 round. However, with only 2 minutes left on the clock, Perilous used that to their advantage and stalled until time was up, thus sending them into the grand final.
Lobby area, trying to find something. Kada's now peeking down main as well, just trying to rotate it. Trying to find some kind of opening. The Strak actually comes flying in, gets denied pretty hard, and Kada's just spamming pipes and gets the drop on costs. Kada's absolutely stealing that one. Kaya talked about it before the game. The hardest thing about Drax bombs isn't necessarily Drax bombs, but more the fact that his team supports him with spam. And you saw there, Drax's bomb was pretty much denied. He only got one rocket off onto cost. But the spam pays dividends, and now they catch Sideshow out in lobby, and it's a clear Uber advantage for NerdRage right now.
Pushing in through main, focusing down Spot, instantly getting the pick. Cadus has the point stickied, but there is Ast coming in from behind as the Uber fades. Can he get the shots off? Sideshow and Thalash are just going to get taken down while the cap goes on, and that's going to be a first round for NerdRage.
The grand final matchup was a rematch of the final game of the ETF2L regular season as Perilous Gaming looked to get revenge against the favorites NerdRage. On Gully Wash, NerdRage took advice from their elders and took the game slow and steady. Stalemates were abundant and sniper duels were frequent. For the majority of the game, NerdRage maintained control and grinded out each engagement, leaving Perilous little room to capitalize on anything. It eventually ended 4-1 in favor of NerdRage.
No off classes for Perilous, just...
Yeah, in comes Cadus straight away with that Uber through the door. Precious Ast, who will have to swap spawn. Spud's desperately trying to sticky it up, but Captain's going to be all over him. Great defense of Spud right now by Talentus. Huge rocket to protect his demo man. And Captain and Cadus just can't get anything done with that Uber. And now they're pushing out. Talentus all over Perm, going to take down Perm. Going behind as well, still got loads of health. Drax going to come back to try and challenge him. But Talentus once again takes it on, wins for 1v1 as well. Captain's trying to come in. Still desperately needs an arrow, gets it just in time. Ast plows through and gets Cadus still going in. Quickly disposes of Happy Cool as well. Going to chase down Captain as well. And actually gets him as Captain craters.
But this was all a ruse. Stark is on Spy. I wonder if they know he's there. He's going to get onto Cost. Oh, he just misses. But he does get the force. Cost very scared there. I think the pussy pop is the correct term for what just happened.
High ground and so on. It's so hard for Talentus to get that force off with 4 rocket. Now we see Talentus trying to force his way through again. Trades with Stark as well there. But no one else from Perilous can actually get in. And this fight's going to be reset. Actually, Asta's got in behind. Takes 1v1 with Happy. Yeah, scratch now. Perilous are bursting through choke, but so much damage. Cost is up in the air, will crater. Sideshow's trying to get behind. 5 HP. Asta's still all the way back on middle. But NerdRage know it as well. Asta's going to have to try and take on everyone here as Cadus starts for cap on the CP2. Sideshow's going to try and trade with him though. Buys Ast some time to get behind. Ast still trying to find it, but the longer he takes, the more time he runs out. Still now getting onto Perm. Not able to get him, but Asta's won a 1v1 with Stark on mid. Ast now wants to take on Happy Cool. Happy Cool should be able to win this one. Got the good initial shot. Just about wins that 1v1, Happy. And a really messy fight. Now Talash is behind. Going to force Perm and start the cap. NerdRage have to deal with this. And Drax on super low health.
Okay, Drac was like, yeah, he just swatted him like a fly. 2 really clean directs to clean him up. Perilous needs a miracle to happen right now, especially after Drac just put the fear in them with those rockets. NerdRage already streaming onto this last. They focus down Talentus. Only Spud and Ast remaining. Cadus jumps forward. Drac picking up his 5th kill of his life. Spud's going to go down, and that's going to be the cap. 5 seconds remaining, 3-1 the score. NerdRage, your season 23 ETF2L champion.
The same story as Gully Wash on Process. The resident sleepers came out in full force as NerdRage grinded the game out a full 30 minutes and poked Perilous to death, leading to a 3-1 scoreline. Despite disagreements about NerdRage's playstyle, they certainly deserved their victory with how well they controlled the game with complete dominance throughout the series. Only one ESEA game was played this week, but it was an important one. Street Hoops Esports faced off against Bird Noises in a battle for the 4th playoff spot. Bird Noises needed to win this match in order to have a chance at playoffs. Street Hoops could have still gotten the playoff spot if they lost. They would have needed to pull off an upset against Froyotech the following week in order to get in. It was a must-win for both sides.
The team is really wiped out because they can't see anything too well. As long as there isn't a guy up there to block you. Now the Supers, he gets him in the head.
Oh my.
See you later, and
Second point now starting to make their move towards lobby, but so far not much movement from them, just peeking, and they actually want to go and take this Uber in. They're trying to take down this sentry gun. They finally do so, but I mean, Kozin still has a full Uber. Actually, it's crits, they pop it off. And they're trying to find the frags if they can, but Bird Noise is just standing on the point. I didn't see the crits play coming out from 20B, and that will be a round.
Both teams looked shaky starting out as Bird Noises lost a round due to a failed second push, and Street Hoops lost a round due to a failed crits play. This left the game 1-1. The round following was back and forth. Bird Noises eventually made it to Street Hoops last, but a clutch med pick from Alec paved the way for Street Hoops to come back and secure the round. After Bird Noises attempted a risky last push, Street Hoops were up 3-1 at halftime. The second half was very back and forth as the teams traded blows. Street Hoops' 2-round lead from the first half paid off as they continued trading rounds, eventually reaching the 5-point win limit, closing it out 5-3. Street Hoops have clinched a playoff spot, and now they will play for playoff seeding. With Street Hoops' win over Bird Noises this week, all 4 playoff spots for ESEA Season 21 have been locked in. Ronan leads the pack with a 14-1 record, and with Froyotech in second at 13-3, there's no room for change between those top 2 seeds. Currently in third and fourth are EVL Gaming and Street Hoops Esports, who have both guaranteed spots in the playoffs. Due to a forfeit win over the now dead Hands Off, Street Hoops will end with an 11-5 record. If EVL loses their final match to the Bugs, they'll also be 11-5. In the event of a loss for EVL, factors such as rounds won and rounds lost will be considered to determine playoff seeding. Sad news this week as invite team The Grime has disbanded. The team began under the name Titanium White and was newly formed for this season. With several players stepping down or leaving to fill roles on other teams, the team decided to fold. Players mentioned that they would continue to play in the future, specifically Medic and Pocket Combo Kig and Farnsworth, who will look to play together next season. Enough with the sad stuff, let's move on to a more uplifting topic. ozfortress has revealed the prize pool for Season 15 premiere. The pool will be community funded and will start at $550 Australian dollars. The split distribution has not yet been announced, but members of the ozfortress administration have said that the Season 15 winner may choose to receive the full sum of the prize money to put toward the cost of traveling to and competing at I-58 this summer. As we move on through the week, we'll stay in the land down under with the ozfortress's Week 1 matchup between Home Alone and Can't Stump the Trump.
It's just no soldiers. There were no soldiers for Red for so much of that mid-fight, and it allowed Home Alone to get so much positioning to really capitalize on that. And
oh my god, what a shot! That was, it was a body shot, but he just had the
massive.
slightest of angles. Backs off, and it looks like Home Alone should probably get control of this fire relatively easily, as most of Consop actually really
aggressive Uber.
I'm not double scout. They haven't found any first. Surely they'll get drums. There we go. They've got okay, there we go. The sword frag from Yui gets drums. Joho also fighting one onto Enric, but
look at Redhawk. Look at this guy.
What is happening?
Oh my god!
It's Redhawk. What is happening in this game? I can't. I literally cannot comprehend what's happened.
This match was a highly anticipated one, as both teams have been having very similar results in scrims in the lead up to the season. Thankfully, it lived up to the hype, with both teams fighting hard to get an early advantage on the ladder. Can't Stump the Trump started out strong on Badlands with a decisive first round, though Home Alone returned fire quickly to even the scores. Both teams traded rounds again, but then Home Alone took the map into their hands with some dominant mid-fights, going on a 5-round winning streak. Trump managed to edge out the last 2 rounds to keep a respectable scoreline, but the damage was done with Home Alone winning Badlands 6-3.
It would have to be, I was watching Shane Cam.
Above this lower door leading into lobby. I didn't quite catch that, but I just saw Redhawk escape from that position. But really clever play there. The Uber comes in. C-Cam really aggressive bomb. Actually gets launched skyward by rocket of his opponent, Renda.
Oh,
with
Renda!
a fantastic shot to take him out. But players trade on both sides. Drums actually goes down. Murphy's just hanging around. And Gyro and Yui just hold their W keys and their mouse 1 keys and find frags, and they will find this last point too. And Home Alone will find their second round.
Process started out in a similar fashion, with Home Alone opening and Trump retaliating shortly after. The next 2 rounds were back and forth, but both ended in Home Alone's favor. Down 3-1 with just over 10 minutes left, Can't Stump the Trump began mounting a comeback. They plow through Home Alone with 3 round wins in a row, clutching the final point with just over a minute left to end the game with a 4-3 win. We're only a week into the season, but no real upsets as of yet. Heavy favorites Jasmine T and Ego both went 2-0 this week, along with Cooking with Coolio. Home Alone and Can't Stump the Trump both went 1-1, leaving 11 corners. Long live the meta, and Fly In, Fly Out at 0-2. As you might have already noticed, Valve has added a streams list to the TF2 main menu. This was one of the things promised in community members' meetings with Valve last year. The impact has already been felt by some of the top streamers who have had a substantial boost to viewership. The stream button is located next to the contracts folder and announcement button. Clicking on a stream will open it in the user's default browser. This will give newer players easy access to higher level player streams. And if you like what you see covered here on Backcap, check out some of the matches as they go live. If you're lucky, you might even be able to catch a stream by members of the Backcap staff. Matchmaking passes are falling from the sky. Well, not really, but over the past week, the matchmaking beta passes have proliferated, with each pass spawning new passes to be gifted to friends and allowing them access to the matchmaking beta. At the time of writing, there were at least 75,000 passes in circulation, according to Valve. It seems like the number will only continue to go up. With over 150,000 members in the competitive matchmaking group, there are still quite a few people left without passes. If you got some, don't be a Scrooge. Share the matchmaking love with your fellow gamers as matchmaking creeps ever closer with each subsequent update. This weekend, 11 teams from Europe competed in France for a prize pool of 2,700 euros at the Gamers Assembly LAN. Games were played on Saturday and Sunday after this episode of Backcap was produced, but don't worry, we'll make sure to fill you guys in next week with episode 20. That's it for us this week. Check out some of the TF2 streams with the new stream list, and play some matchmaking if you've been able to get your hands on a beta pass. Thank you again for joining us for this week's TF2 coverage. My name is Getawale, this has been Backcap, and we'll see you next time.